It's spring. Winter is behind us. The sun is shining. Well, at least here in LA. And so today we are going to rank the top 5 rotations in Major League Baseball. So there's been some big shifts in terms of starting pitching around the league this year. We had a lot of big name pitchers either traded or signing with other teams this offseason. So this top 5 list may look a lot different from last year's. But with the season about to begin, I'm going to give you my top 5 rotations in Major League Baseball for 2021. And if you guys like these rotation videos, be sure to leave this one a like. It really goes a long way toward helping the channel. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You guys have been awesome about doing that lately, trying to hit my goal of 1,000 by opening day. Lofty goal, I know, but hey, gotta shoot for the stars. Okay, so I'm going to give you my list, but first let's go through some honorable mentions that didn't quite crack the top 5. The first honorable mention are the New York Yankees. Now, this might be a surprise because a lot of the pundits have the Yankees as one of their best rotations in baseball. They have their ace in Garrett Cole. Great, check there. They have up-and-coming prospect Davy Garcia, who had a really strong 2020 last year. But in my opinion, there's more question marks than there are answers in this rotation. What are they going to get from Corey Kluber, who's getting up there in age and only has thrown 34 innings in the last 2 seasons? What are they going to get from Jameson Taillon, who's coming off 2 Tommy John surgeries? What are they going to get from Luis Severino, who himself is coming off Tommy John surgery? And lastly, what are they going to get from Domingo Germán, who missed all of last season for his own situation? And just this week, Yankees top pitching prospect Clark Schmidt was shut down with arm soreness. I like what the Yankees have if they all live up to their expectations, but I think they have to rely on far too many bounce backs to be considered a top rotation in the game. My next honorable mention are the Cleveland Indians. This is a tough one. I had the Indians in my top 5, but after further review, had to take them out. The Indians have, in my opinion, the second best pitcher in baseball in Shane Bieber. That's right, Yankees fans, I said that. But after trading Carlos Carrasco, Mike Clevenger, and many more from that rotation over the years, it's now filled with young and unproven starters. Now, I like Aaron Chavala. He's definitely shown some promise. Zach Plesac still looks like he's going to be a very good starting pitcher as well. Tristan McKenzie looks promising, but is he ready to step in as a number 3 in that rotation? In any case, the Indians just barely missed cracking the top 5 of my best rotations in baseball. So the Yankees and Indians don't make the top 5, but who did? Leading off at number 5, the Atlanta Braves. The Braves have an interesting mix of young guys that are just entering their prime. Guys like Max Fried and Mike Soroka. Then they have a nice mix of some veterans that have been around the block, like Charlie Morton and Drew Smyly. Overall, projections on the Braves for 2021 are way too low for my liking. As for their projected starters ERA, according to Roto World, they'll have a 4.19 ERA. But I don't agree with that. I think Max Fried is going to compete for the NL Cy Young this year. I think Charlie Morton continues the second act in his career. And I think the Braves continue to develop their younger guys like Kyle Wright and Ian Anderson. Coming in at number 4 on this list, the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox are anchored by Lucas Giolito, who is a top 10 pitcher in baseball. Don't at me. They follow him up with Lance Lynn, who's been amazing the last 2 seasons with the Texas Rangers. Slotting in at the 3rd spot in their rotation is Dallas Keuchel, who's coming off really solid back-to-back years. And then we get to their young and up-and-coming guys. Michael Kopech, one of the best starting pitching prospects in baseball. He's coming off Tommy John surgery, but if he puts it together, he's one of the best 4th starting pitchers in the game. Meanwhile, Dylan Cease is a former 5th-round draft pick and hopes to continue to build on his 2020. And how about Garrett Crochet? Crochet was drafted in 2020 and made his debut for the team last year. Now, he only pitched in 8 innings, but he completely dominated them. And now already the left-hander is getting comparisons to Chris Sale, or if he becomes a reliever, Aroldis Chapman. Without a doubt, the White Sox have one of the best rotations in baseball. Next up at number 3, the New York Mets. Okay, so Jacob deGrom, what do I need to say about him? The guy comes in and year out and just dominates. Easily the best pitcher in baseball, doesn't have an Instagram account, doesn't have a Twitter account. The dude just wants to be the best. The Mets also acquired Carlos Carrasco in their trade for Francisco Lindor. Carrasco, even at 33 years old, has still proven to be a solid number 2 in a rotation. The Mets then followed up with Marcus Stroman, who sat out last year for COVID-related reasons. Just last week, the Mets signed free agent starting pitcher Taijuan Walker, and he'll probably be the 4th pitcher in their rotation. And the last spot in the rotation is up for grabs. David Peterson, former 1st-round pick, had an impressive rookie season and is hoping to build on that. Meanwhile, Joey Lucchesi and Jordan Yamamoto were traded for this year and could be rotation depth for the team. This without mentioning the Mets are expecting to get Noah Syndergaard back at the latest by June. Syndergaard is already in Mets camp throwing bullpen sessions for the team. And if Syndergaard comes back firing on all cylinders, the Mets have one of the nastiest 1-2 punches between him and Jacob deGrom. Number 2, Padre fans, I'm sorry, but you're not the number 1 rotation in baseball. I know you want the best rotation in baseball, I know, and it's close, but the Padres are the second best rotation in baseball. Okay, so the Padres already had a really strong starting rotation last year, but that didn't stop them from improving it tremendously this offseason. The Padres traded for Blake Snell, traded for Yu Darvish, and traded for Joe Musgrove. And now the San Diego Padres easily have the deepest rotation depth in the league. The rest of the rotation figures to have Dinelson Lamet, as well as Chris Paddock, Adrian Morejon, and top prospects Mackenzie Gore and Ryan Weathers. I mean, this team right now is stacked. And heading into 2022, they'll get Mike Clevenger back from Tommy John surgery. Padre fans, I know you wanted to be the number 1 rotation in baseball, but there can only be one. And that one is the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers have Walker Buehler, who is my pick for the National League Cy Young this year. Clayton Kershaw is still pitching at a very high level for the team, and they'll also see the return of David Price, who, like Marcus Stroman, sat out last year for COVID reasons. Plus, all the young starting pitching talent that the team has. They have Julio Urias, Dustin May, and Tony Gonsolin. Oh yeah, and some guy named Trevor Bauer. And of course, the Dodgers got Trevor Bauer. Okay, but seriously, bottom line, this rotation is scary. If Trevor Bauer pitches even close to 2020, there is no way any team will beat the Dodgers in the playoffs. So those are my top 5 rotations for Major League Baseball in 2021. What do you guys think? Who did I get right and who did I get wrong? Give me your top 5 rankings in the comment section below. And who are your early picks for the 2021 AL and NL Cy Young champs? Thank you guys for watching. I have been your host, Tony Metro.